Be advised, mature content ahead. This podcast is brought to you ad-free thanks to the Legion of Demons at patreon.com/NOTLP. If you like what you hear, there's much more at patreon.com/NOTLP. Join the Legion. That's patreon.com/NOTLP. And now the show.
How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Release the Kraken.
I shan't. Wasn't it loose the Kraken? Let loose the Kraken?
Release the Kraken?
Okay, fine.
Did you hear it as let loose?
At one point.
Yeah. Well, they say it a couple
They might have been.
Yeah.
It might have been.
They let it go a lot, so I'm sure at one point they put that iteration on there.
Keep your Kraken in your house, my God.
Bust out the Kraken?
Yeah.
Makes you. I have a lot of questions about like that Kraken's in between living experiences, but we're doing NFL, where our theme are films that feature NFL mascots. We started off with the Bengal Tiger and Burning Bright for our hometown Cincinnati Bengals.
Our boys.
Good day.
And this week we're doing Clash of the Tennessee Titans, starring Harry Hamlin.
Just Harry Hamlin making just dumb face.
Mr. Lisa
Just face. Jerk face the whole time.
Mr. Lisa Rinna. Just the whole movie.
It was a pretty
Perseus
dull
is
character.
confused. I love this movie too. It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's so good. Like Perseus is.
He's kind of a weenie.
He's
a
not
weenie.
a weenie. He's just like there's no thoughts.
He's a little bit of a weenie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, Clash of the Titans will come later.
And it's because we just chose the title just because of the name, not because we're fans of the Titans per se.
Oh, you mean the team of the Titans? I'm a fan of Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. Big, huge.
Kraken size, one might say.
Yeah. Patreon.com/NOTLP is how we do this. We just did Origins where we talked about Scream 3.
And where Andy said back in 2011, wouldn't it be crazy if Donald Trump was president?
And it was crazy.
And it is crazy.
It was crazy.
And we're dealing with the crazy fallout.
He was right. He was right about that.
So crazy.
And then Topicana is another little extra bit of
We put all kinds of bonusy
great
stuff up there.
It's your question this
You're
week, Amy.
You're full up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Well,
back
give
on
me a
track
minute.
now.
She doesn't know what it is yet.
You got to give Amy a minute.
And then Andy, you're gonna review the straight-to-video Russian roulette movie, which was called Viking Wolf or Wolf Viking or something of that effect.
It was yes. It had those.
He just gave you two options.
It had those two names.
He's like,
in
it's
it.
definitely one of those.
It's Viking Wolf. I looked. I checked.
Oh, boy.
So
Yeah. How has everybody's week been?
meh.
Nothing happened to me this week.
Nothing. You saw Ant-Man.
And plus, I've stopped paying attention to the news, so I can't
Yeah.
comment on that either.
No more balloons or unidentified
We
objects
got them all out the sky.
for the last week.
Good.
I was supposed to be on the toilet right now, but the pharmacy that was sending my colonoscopy prep drugs did not get them here in time, so I had to reschedule my colonoscopy.
Got a colonoscopy.
That
butt
sucks.
reprieve.
It does suck because I was like really like kind of like thinking of it as ripping off a Band-Aid, and now the anticipation
Yeah.
is drawn out.
And get it over with.
Yeah, just want to get it over with so bad. That, and I'm also still in a lot of pain.
Freddie's having a day.
I still have trigger finger in my fucking thumb, and the rotator cuff repair is bugging me. I feel
Falling apart,
so
man.
fucking beat up right now. But that's okay. We had I'm back in a cover band, a 90s cover band for some fun with some guys I went to school with and I was in bands with over the years. But we just had our first rehearsal yesterday.
Oh, what did you guys play?
We played some 90s stuff, some Toadies and some Stone Temple Pilots, all the stuff that, we all liked listening to back then.
You can't say who's in this band. This is.
Oh, you want to know who's in the band?
Yeah, I want to know
their
who
full
this-
address.
All right. Troy.
Just first names are fine.
Troy, Justin, and the two Mikes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, wait. I know one of the mics.
Goldschmidt and Platt.
Oh, Goldschmidt plays guitar? Oh, he's playing drums.
He plays drums.
Right.
He has the most beautiful. He has two beautiful, like 4 top rack drum sets in his space at his place, and they're just so nice. And I'm just like, this is just lovely. But hopefully, when you're feeling up to it, you can maybe accompany me over, and we can have some fun.
Sure.
I feel like you and me, we kind of naturally fall into like more of a thing where you have a 5-piece band playing together for the first time in like 20 years. It's tough.
Yeah. It is tough.
It's tough. It's fun, but it's also pretty tough.
I was asking you because it's been that long.
Yeah.
Like, how did it feel to be playing with these dudes and they've all got kids and wives and
Yeah.
And last time you were hanging out with them, you guys were getting drunk every weekend and
Oh, it's a completely different vibe. We were just kind of
now you're hanging out with their dogs.
Yeah, I was loving on their dogs, and it was fun. It's one of those things where we'll probably see each other once a month, and then maybe play some shows out if things come together. I don't know.
I feel like the conversations
Come together.
have changed a lot. No more.
Oh,
It's about health issues.
It's about
now.
ailments.
Yeah.
You know what though? I got in there and I'm just like, we just played and we played through, and like we honestly did not talk about very much, like other than music, which was fine.
Who's balding
That's
that
awesome.
wasn't balding before?
Everyone looks pretty good. Everyone,
Don't put people on blast like that.
Goldschmidt looks better now than he did when he was 20 years old. Super healthy, good-looking dude.
Good for him.
The rest of us are older.
Good for him.
He's the young. He's the baby. So the rest of us are older, and we're older. I'll leave it at that. We're all older. I feel like I'm the only one who was like had a medical restriction for this first practice where I couldn't actually carry anything with my right arm. So
that seems great.
I felt like the
That
older
seems like a
man.
wonderful position to be in. Oh, guys, I can't carry nothing.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. Videotaped our first practice.
You
just to have it.
videotaped it even.
I brought my camcorder along.
You brought your camcorder?
I stopped and I got some tapes. I stopped at the Radio Shack.
TDK?
I
Kodak?
got some TDKs.
Fujicolor?
I did SLP so I could get everything.
Oh, so it's the long version,
It's
huh?
long.
I
We
hated
work
that.
hard. We work hard.
I hate when people record on the long version. You had to fast forward and it took forever.
So I felt real sad about Richard Belzer dying.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Amy texted us to let us know.
And nobody seemed to give a fuck.
I mean, I care, but he's an old man. I didn't know him.
Yeah, I
Well-
just know him from Law and Order.
Yes. But he also he played that same character in like
Yeah.
3 different shows, right?
Yeah.
Homicide Life on the Street,
Yeah.
Law and Order, and then Law and
He
Order
was my,
SVU.
He was my Friday nights growing up
Yeah.
because like I never
He was
went out and I watched
He-
Homicide on Friday nights.
He was also a stand-up comedian before that.
Was he? Did
I
he?
knew him as a stand-up before he was ever.
I knew him as a
on Twitter.
stand-up before this.
Because
Me
of Comedy
too.
Central, in between Rita Rudner and Elaine Boozler when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Him and Elaine Boozler were pretty good friends too. She posted a really nice picture of them together on her Facebook. Yeah, I follow Elaine Boozler.
You do on Facebook.
Is she very active on social media?
I mean, yeah, she's also, she's a mature person, so she posts interesting stuff. Like
The booze.
She's had a whole life of. She's a great comedian. She's got a whole life of stuff
We
behind her.
reference Elaine Boozler more than anybody.
I love Elaine
swear
Boozler.
to
I think
God.
we're the only ones
We need
keeping
to get her on
alive.
this show.
It'd be a dream. I said that about Leslie Jordan, and I really regret not reaching out to him now that he's gone.
Oh, you should get
Stop.
a,
Well, you're friends with the
Yeah.
booze. Reach out to her, man.
Does she
I
do
didn't say
cameos?
friends.
Get a
I said
cameo
I
from her.
follow her. I'll get a cameo.
Well, Amy just said we don't say follow. We say friend.
Well,
Friend.
okay. I want to consider you a personal friend now, Elaine Boozler. to accept my friendship.
I remember when I went to Vegas like years and years ago. Rita Rudner had like a show there, and I saw a 50-foot Rita Rudner.
That's a huge Rudner.
It's a big Rudner.
That's almost too.
That's one big Rudner.
Yeah, I like Rita Rudner too.
It was just weird to see a comedian at that point her time had passed, and she's like headlining shows in Vegas.
That's what happens. That's like where when the elves get on those boats in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was very
Vegas for aging entertainers.
She's gonna live forever now.
Yeah, well, in the minds and hearts of us.
It was interesting to see. She had one of those like a Vegas gown on, like stereotypical, like sequined, and had a big slit. Didn't think I'd see a sexy Rudner before.
Well, she is 50 foot, so it goes to
Attack of the 50-foot Rita Rudner.
The slit should be big.
Yeah.
I was probably just projecting. Like, I love Richard Belzer, but I was probably projecting some of my like sadness about Jimmy Carter. I know he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
But I still feel a way. He's a good man.
I get it. Jimmy Carter, you mean? We don't know enough about Richard Belzer to say one way or the other. Am I right? We could find out all kinds of stuff.
He fought a lot of crime.
Yeah.
He
did.
Put so many bad guys.
Did he turn
jail
up as a character on the X-Files once, playing that character? Am I imagining that?
If you look carefully at a lot of different shows, you'll see him walking in the background.
Maybe it's because you watched him back to back on Friday night.
It could be.
And it just felt that way together.
I felt like they did one kind of jokey moment crossover with him on the X-Files, but I could just totally be imagining that. My brain is a fertile.
Oh shit! He did play Munch on an X-Files episode.
What do you know?
No shit.
It was a crossover with Homicide. I forgot about that. I haven't. My X-Files.
Oh wow.
Is gone.
Well,
Homicide crossed over with fucking everything.
Yeah.
Alf.
Oh yeah, it was the Lone Gunman like prequel.
Yeah, their
episode.
Series? Oh,
that was aired on the X-Files called Unusual Suspects. In case anybody cares, that was a good episode actually.
Mm-hmm. I like the series too.
Their own series. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Lasted one season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lots of people dying. What else is going on in the world?
Almost daily at this point.
Seems like normal, right? I don't think any more or less people have been dying.
Raquel Welch just died.
Eating and pooping as well.
Raquel Welch did just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else too.
All kinds of people.
They're just dying out there. I don't know what else to talk about. That's all I could think of.
John Phillips. Just a random dude. He died. Just a guy. No one cares about him. He worked in sales. R.I.P. John.
Well, what he sell depends.
He sold.
It sold depends.
Yeah.
That's how we judge him on his character. What he sold. He could have sold arms.
Door to door.
Amway.
Is that a reference that people will get nowadays?
Amway?
too?
No,
Yeah.
I would say instead I'd have to go with one of
God,
those
we are so
cosmetic
current. We're
companies.
talking about Boozlers, Rudners, and Amway.
Freddy's at a 90s cover band.
It's time for me to just start watching the History Channel all day and die.
Hey, we've been making a date to watch Jeopardy every night.
Yeah, we do
so,
watch Jeopardy,
it's happening.
Yeah, listeners, I hope you get our references.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've aged with us. But
you have a live. Do you have a live TV subscription? Is that where you watch your Jeopardy?
Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
your Jeopardy. Is that where you watch your Jeopardy?
Just get an antenna, Kelley.
Well, I just can't spend $60 a month for one show.
I get it. We share it with Amy's mom.
It's on. Is it still on Channel 9 every day at 7?
Jeopardy is on Channel 19.
Fox.
It's on Fox right now in Cincinnati.
Oh God, it just bounces around channels in Cincinnati.
Syndicated, yo, and Mayim's coming back.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think it's been on Fox for like past like 15, 20 years.
No, I don't watch Jeopardy very often, but I remember it used to be on Channel 9.
I think once
It did used to be on Channel 9.
Once Freddie started having just a lot of pain and he's like, the energy he's putting off his grandpa,
Yeah, it's really
So
sucks.
I was like, you know what'll make him happy? Let me put on Jeopardy for him.
I almost watched golf today, man.
No.
Oh no.
It was close.
Are you still on the Celebrity
Not that
Jeopardy?
I even like it. I don't like it.
Did you finish the Celebrity Jeopardy?
Finish Celeb Jep.
Who
We
won?
just started Celeb Jep.
So no
Don't-
spoilers.
I can't say.
Even though it happened like last year, right?
January.
Yeah.
Listen, I get to things when I fucking get to things. Thank you very much. I'll think about it.
I'm just gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. I was down for the count for like 5 days with a migraine, so I don't have anything to report other than just horrendous pain.
Well, in that case, maybe we should move into Russian roulette instead of just talking about all of our pains.
Pain.
Because I could go on for
Life
another
is
15
pain.
on pain.
Highness.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to end our pain now?
And my pain.
Let's get rid of our
Boys and
pain.
girls, it's time for straight to video Russian roulette.
Såg du vad det var?
Altså, jeg vet ikke.
That's not gonna work.
They're speaking Viking. They speak Viking all the way through.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, scary sounds, people mumbling.
Moaning hurt.
The moaning sexy sounds at the beginning, I think we're
Freddie.
pretty good.
You're just drifting off there, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Everything's just trailing. Everything about you is just trailing off.
I know. I'm not bringing my best self today.
Yeah.
Also, the dog punched me in the eye. I don't even know if I mentioned that yet. I was doing my physical therapy on the floor. Dog punched me in the eye. It's all swollen and shit.
I wonder why they like to do that.
Because they love us. They don't get it. They don't get that. it
I
hurts.
know.
It's like a love tap, right?
They're trying to touch your face because probably you touch their face.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's cute until it hurts.
Yeah.
I want to.
Amber does that to us too. And her claws, they're not sharp, but they're craggy.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
they're like rock. And so she gets you in the lip, she gets you in the nose, she gets you in the eye.
She's just trying to love.
Yeah.
It's love. It's all love.
It's like swollen half shut.
You're fine. Andy, what was your movie?
Blind in the other eye. I can't
Viking Wolf, right?
Viking Wolf.
So, as you guys summarized, it's Norwegian.
Yeah.
It looked nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie I don't know if I recommend, and I can't not recommend it. You know what I mean? It's just
No.
You're saying that.
Wait.
it's a recommend, but it's not a recommend.
Oh my God, Andy.
I don't. It's just there.
I know what you mean. I have that a lot where it's like, somebody might like this.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, I gotcha.
I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it either.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're ambivalent. You're completely in the middle.
This and see, I just when I
Neutral.
round down to not recommend in those situations personally.
But okay, is it? There were parts of it I liked. Is that enough? I don't know if it's enough for me to recommend it.
Then it's not.
It's just
I will not watch it based on what you just
Oh
said.
my God.
In fact, I will avoid it.
You know, Andy's a little hard on movies, though.
Andy is a
No,
little
I'm
hard on.
not. I love all movies. I'm like Freddie. I'm like Freddie on cocaine. I recommend everything.
That's not true.
Hey, maybe it's because it was kind of dour, and for a werewolf movie, I expect some lightness to it.
I
You
thought
know
it was
what
a Viking movie.
Just because there's Viking in the title doesn't mean there's going to be actual Vikings. I thought there was Vikings, but they
Okay.
just played a small part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Maybe it's not fair for the movie to not meet my expectations of what I expect from a werewolf movie.
Yeah.
I think that's that's a very nice thing to say at the beginning of a review, is to say this did not meet my expectations.
What is your example? Give me two good werewolf
Like American
movies.
Werewolf in London or Silver Bullet.
Okay.
Those are werewolf movies.
Excellent
But
examples.
they have
Yep.
like a lightness about them. They're not so like,
And this is very
kind of, because it just, it tries to be a lot of movies. There's a little bit of Twilight with like moody teenagers. There's a bit of Jaws.
They try to close beaches, but they don't want to.
Well, they've got the character like.
Is there any booty call in there?
The movie. I wonder if that movie holds up.
The movie Booty Call?
Mamma Mia? Is there a touch of Mamma Mia somewhere?
I'm going to put that on my list for Podcaster's Choice next year because I remember enjoying
a musical. I didn't expect that in a werewolf movie, but they did. There's a bit of Jaws, like I said. There's a bit of American Werewolf in London. There's a bit of Lost Boys even.
Yeah.
What?
It's just, maybe it was cool to see so many references, but it was kind of...
Any Norbit?
The Eddie Murphy movie with
where he was
Steve
playing
Martin.
Oh, everybody. No, that's Boomerang. Or not Boomerang. That's Bowfinger.
That's Bowfinger. Great movie.
Great movie.
Norbit is when he played that lady, right?
Yeah, and he played Norbit.
I never saw it. I can't.
He went down a water slide.
And I believe she got stuck, right?
Yeah,
the lady that she played.
Yeah,
that he played.
Yeah, it wasn't very sensitive.
Oh yeah. No Norbert.
No Norbit.
No Mamma Mia.
No, none of that.
Name some more movies. I can just tell you if they were.
Were there some terms of endearment?
Ooh.
There was some mother-daughter strife. So maybe.
Did you know that Deborah Winger deliberately farted in
Shirley MacLaine's face?
Shirley MacLaine's face.
Did they not like each other?
They didn't like each other. This is a true story.
Is it kind of like the Betty Davis, Joan Crawford thing?
Wait, who farted in Shirley MacLaine?
Deborah Winger. She didn't get along with Richard Gere either, from what I heard.
Wow.
So maybe it's her problem, and not everybody else's. Because like she's the common denominator in that.
She could just have
scenario,
IBS,
right? But she weaponized it. You can't weaponize your IBS.
I mean, a lot of that could be in Shirley MacLaine's head.
Andy, you walked into my house today
and farted,
and immediately farted.
But my farts rarely smell, though.
Yeah, but
in my defense,
Viking. So does Viking Wolf has none of that?
Does it smell or not?
There, at one point, they stumbled upon a dead body, and it's like, ew, what's that smell?
Yeah.
So there was smelling.
Is that Deborah Winger?
Is it trying to be like a ragtag group of kids that stumble across a thing, and then they try to
this family that moves into town, and the mom is the new sheriff in town. And
literally,
yes.
Okay.
It's very Chief Brody.
Okay.
And there's a Quentin character. There's a Hooper character.
Wow.
It sounds fun, but it's
They
not.
called in a werewolf expert from the mainland.
The Quentin character, he just says it's a werewolf.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like to get your picture up there on the cover of Tales from the Crypt magazine.
Like the guy just presents it like it's like you got a werewolf problem. Here's what you do.
Wow.
They didn't like seek him out to solve the werewolf problem.
Yeah, loop guru. People go, huh?
So that was interesting what they tried to do with it, but it was just it wasn't fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Except until the last third where there's werewolf mayhem. I love that.
Ooh.
Don't you love it when werewolves go crazy and just start
Okay, first of all, Werewolf Mayhem is a great band name.
Indeed.
Yeah.
How is a werewolf?
Huh? Oh, the look of it? It was actually pretty good. And like the transformation scenes, where everything gets all stretchy. Mm-hmm. Stretchy werewolf skin.
Mm-hmm.
I love a stretchy werewolf. It's my favorite kind of transformation.
It was well done. So like I said, there were parts I really liked, but I don't know if it's enough for. Watch the last third of it. How about that?
Yeah, I could put it on while I'm working, and then and then start paying attention during the.
And it was fun because I put on the dub of it.
Yeah.
But they spoke in Norwegian accents, so it was fun to hear that.
That is fun. Have you seen? There's a great.
Is it because you miss going
to Norway Pavilion?
What's the name of that place where you go to get school bread?
Oh yeah, the what's it called?
In Epcot.
Oh, I forgot the bakery there.
Yeah, I forgot. I know what you're talking about though. It's not the Caramel Cooch because that's
Caramel Cooch.
That's a Germany.
Big sweaty buns.
Big sweaty buns.
That's it. Big sweaty buns. Have you seen Howl? The movie Howl?
No.
Now if you want a good werewolf, a more recent.
Oh, is that
really
the comedy one?
No, it's on a train.
No, they're on a train.
Yeah, have you watched it, Kelly?
What's
I have. It's been on my list for a very long. You're talking about Werewolves Among Us. Is that what you're talking about?
Is that the one?
That's the comedy.
Okay,
that's good. But Howl is really.
It was only okay for me.
Yeah.
But
Werewolf
I've
Within.
been wanting to watch. Yeah, Werewolf Within.
Yeah.
Based on the game that we all play.
Yeah.
But
is Howl
I have
scary?
wanted to see Howl for a long time.
Yeah, Howl is definitely worthwhile. It's a legit werewolf horror film, and it's got a great pace to it too. But I will watch the last third of Werewolf Vikings.
They just threw a lot of things in the movie that didn't lead anywhere.
Yeah.
There's a stepdad, and the daughter doesn't get along with him, and there's a backstory with her biological father that just went nowhere. It just seemed it needed some editing.
Yeah.
But watch it for the mayhem.
Yeah.
I love
the last third of it.
I like werewolves.
yeah.
I might watch this.
I mean, the trailer, it looked good. I mean, it looked like it didn't
it
look
was
like
really
a B
well,
movie.
It
looked
was
like an
really
A
well
movie.
made.
Yeah.
Like it looked like a movie.
A movie.
Excuse me, Mr. Harry Styles. What did you say? Is it a real movie?
Is that
It's a
Harry
real movie
Styles
film?
thing?
It's a film.
That's what he
It's
said
like a movie
about
movie.
what's it?
Don't worry, darling. Because I think Harry Styles might be stupid. Listen. And he
he's a
can
child-
be if he wants to.
Is
Don't
there
come
such a
after
thing
me.
as a smart child star. I feel like they've never really went through an education.
They
It's
learn
a
on the
lot to
streets.
infer from one.
I know, you're right.
But you know what I mean.
That's like
It
that's
looks like a movie
not-
that could be in theaters or something.
Yeah,
movie.
that's not like Neil Breen. There's an interview with Neil Breen about one of his ridiculous garbage loads, and he's insane. No, it's not even an interview. It's him presenting it, and he's like, "It is not a midnight movie. It is a legitimate science fiction thriller." You're like, if you have to say that,
Yeah.
You know what though?
probably a midnight movie.
That's what makes Neil Breen movies more fun, is because he still takes it so seriously.
Have you watched one?
Years ago.
What's a Neil
at
Breen
camp,
movie?
They're just really bad. Like The Room, not as much fun as The Room.
Oh.
But
They're so long.
he's in them. It's something you have to watch with
Is there a riff
a
track?
room full of people. Yeah.
I'm sure there are.
Then
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah.
You got to watch like Fateful Findings is ridiculous, but it's also you have to do it with. It's like watching Birdemic without the riff tracks. You can watch clips of it, and it's funny. But we sat through the whole thing of Fateful Findings because Cole thought it was hilarious when he was a kid, and some of it for sure is, and then it just gets to be so boring, and it's just like they just go on. And nothing's happening for long stretches. So, but I mean, there's funny stuff. The riff track's definitely the way to go.
Yeah. I'll track that down. I'm sure they have. I think I remember them doing something of his.
All right.
It's probably
They
the
have
one.
to have.
It's probably the one Kelly's talking about. I can't even remember what the hell we watched. It was part of that. And what's Andy Sedaris? Is that his name? The one who did A Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Yeah, all the '80s action movies.
Have you? Those are a blast. Amy, you've watched those. Remember, they're the one where was it like the alligator came up through the toilet in one part and like
I fall asleep during these a lot.
yeah, but it had all.
But
the
I love 'em.
It had the frisbee with the razor blades on it.
Oh yeah.
Those movies, we had a night of bad movies at camp, and the mix was that stuff and like some Neil Breen stuff, and it was with 20 people in the room. It's a great time. By yourself, I'd probably kill myself.
that sounds hyperbolic.
I mean, Kelly's not wrong at all. You nailed it. They're worse in the room, like as in not as entertaining as the room.
The Room you can watch like without the riff tracks. Like you can watch that movie, and a Neil Breen movie is just so painful. But again, it's funny. It is funny, but like it gets to be so. Or there's also one where he's an extra dimensional or extraterrestrial Jesus figure. That try to find the riff tracks for that one. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, Neil Breen, Viking werewolf.
I'm definitely gonna pull up some Neil Breen shit when this is all
Yes,
done.
Viking Wolf. Yes.
I recommend the last third. Let's put it that
Okay.
way.
I think that's all right.
You get a discount if you rent only the last third of the movie.
If only. All right. Well, thank you, Andy.
Yes.
Welcome.
The movie for next week, the movie film, the real movie. It's like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie, you've seen this, so don't say how you feel about it one way or the
Keep your
other.
mouth shut.
It's on Prime.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Shut your
I'm gonna
fucking
try.
mouth.
I'll give it best.
And it's called Torn Hearts.
Katie Segal.
Country music duo seek out the private mansion of their idol and end up in a twisted series of horrors that force them to confront the limits they'd go to for their dreams. Stars Katie Segal.
Ooh.
Which is exciting, and it has Joshua,
like Katie
not
Segal
from Friends,
in
Peg Bundy,
but
okay,
from
Joshua,
Blair Witch.
I always get her in the.
Oh, Josh Leonard.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's in it.
Yeah, he's acting.
Oh
again.
wow,
Yeah.
good for him.
He was in Bates Motel. He's been in some stuff.
He's been acting this whole time.
Yeah, he's right behind you right now acting.
He's acting.
He
right
was in a
over there.
movie several years ago. I remember.
Oh, good.
I didn't see it, but he was in it.
Cool. All right, Freddie, tap to spin. Let's see who is the winner. It's the spinning wheel of fun. It's me.
Hey, there you go.
I will watch Torn Hearts. I was in the room when Freddie watched it, but I did not pay one lick of attention to it. I might have been puzzling.
Are you glad that you didn't, or you wish you had now?
I don't know.
If you could change your fate.
Would ya?
Okay, you guys ready to get into Titans?
Fuck yeah, we are.
So much.
So much.
Provide him with suitable weapons. Weapons of divine temper. A helmet, a shield, a sword.
Find and fulfill your destiny.
The myth. The magic. The mystery. The majesty.
Destroy Argos!
Let loose the last of the Titans.
Metro Goldwyn Mayer presents Clash of the Titans. The good. The evil. The danger. The daring.
How may a mortal man face and defeat the Kraken?
Clash of the Titans. The combat. The courage. The splendor. The spectacle. Clash of the Titans. Starring Harry Hamlin as Perseus, Judy Bowker as Andromeda, Burgess Meredith, Maggie Smith, Ursula Andress, Claire Bloom, Sean Phillips, Flora Robeson, and Laurence Olivier as Zeus. Before history, beyond imagination. Clash of the Titans.
Wowzers.
You got a Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. The ice cream.
That's
the toppings.
That's how you do a trailer, man.
Yeah.
It's epic.
I love this movie.
Me too.
Is I the only one
A+.
who had just seen this for the first time?
No, I used to watch. I thought I watched this all the time as a kid because it was constantly on channel 64 or 48.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or 19. It was one of those cheaper channels.
It was a matinee regular.
Yes, it was on constantly. And I thought I loved it. But for me, I don't think it held up as much as in my childhood imagination as it used to.
Really? That's too
I thought
bad.
it was super fun.
I really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't love it as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, this is Alise said that she watched this maybe more than any other movie for a while when she was a kid. She loves this movie. I also love this movie. I didn't watch it a lot as a kid. I definitely watched it many, many times, but not as much as some other movies. But
At one point, even though I was a kid, I was questioning of why every time I turned on the TV, this was on. it was weird. Like
cost them $5 to air it.
Yeah,
certain things are on all the time, and you just always catch them. But what I loved about it was I could turn it at any moment, and no matter where in the movie, there was something I can enjoy out of it. You know what I mean?
It kind of resets so much too.
It's very episodic.
Yeah.
So like you didn't need to get the whole story if you missed something. You can just watch certain parts of it and find enjoyment out of it.
yeah, something's always happening.
Yeah.
The Medusa was amazing.
Yeah, the best part of the movie is the Harryhausen stuff.
Yeah.
Which I love,
Yeah.
and I know like it looks silly to a lot of modern audiences who didn't grow up with with these composites and stuff.
I was watching it going, wow, that looks so real. But like I know it's older and
for me it works because these are unnatural creatures, so I feel like they should move in an unnatural way.
Yeah,
it's not just it's the green screen.
The green screen is different. Like where they just that's different. Where they just pasted somebody on. Yeah, that's separate from what the Harryhausen stuff for me. Where the green screen was just kind of crunchy.
It is always funny to me when I hear people describe like stop motion as like cheesy or like.
Oh, I didn't feel that way at all.
I not you. I don't mean you.
Goddamn.
I
won't let anybody.
But people do.
Say
it was the thing that. Not you.
God damn it, Kelley.
I
will not.
It was almost me.
Allow my name to be slandered.
All right. It was just back in the when effects were advancing and then you would see one of these be like, oh my god, that just looks so stupid.
It's part of the
art.
That
was Mo from The Simpsons, and it's like you. I feel like going into a movie like that, you already know it's not. It was never going to look real. It was to like how much it you bought into it. You know what I mean? And how much chutzpah and skill the animator had.
And it's the feeling too. It's like the feeling you get is different. It is. I think what will happen over the next 100 years, film is still so goddamn young that it's not like other visual art forms where we recognize surrealism when we see it, or cubism or pointillism. Like what will happen, I think, in 100 years is people will go back to this era of stop motion and they'll be like, that was the stop motion era of fantasy filmmaking. It's very specifically has this look, and part of that look is Harry Hamlin against a green screen. It all goes together as these elements of the style. It's not that it just looks cheaper than what they do now. It's just a style that's its thing. And I see that way, especially with movies like Mad God just coming out, and it's using all these same techniques. It's valid.
There may already be,
oh my God.
That may already be, people may already be saying things like that in critical and academic essays and treatises on film cinema. But anyway, I just to say that, like, while I love Jurassic Park, I love the CGI dinosaurs. I think no matter how the movies have moved on, I think the effects still, especially in those, always are well done. But I enjoy the Harryhausen dinosaurs in the Valley of Gwangi, and I buy into them every bit as much, even though obviously the ones in JP or JW, as I like to call them, even though those look, ostensibly much more real, the Harryhausen ones, they feel scary to me, because I could just let myself go. But anyway, Clash Titans, man, A+.
Yeah, Calabas is really scary too, I think.
Calabas, yeah.
Yes, he is horrifying. And you almost like Zeus is kind of like, I agree with Zeus.
Well,
but I also think he's a dick.
Everybody,
they're all dicks for sure.
Because like back when I was a kid, I was just attracted to the visuals and fell into that wonder, the world of wonder. But now looking as an adult and seeing the script and the dialogue, everybody's an asshole. Everybody.
well, I think the Greek gods were, I think,
yes,
at least
I know
in
it's very
very fickle and
yes,
I get
they're
that.
human.
I understand that, but as an adult and looking back, I was like, everybody's a bitch in this.
Yeah. Well, they're notorious. Like when we were taught the Greek myths in school, they were like, these, unlike, again, this is the 80s, so they're like, unlike Christianity, modern Christianity, these gods,
like the real religion,
were really flawed.
It's very Real Housewivesy.
Yeah.
Everybody's like backstabbing each other and looking out for their own interests.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of like clandestine sex going on. People turning into animals to go get their groove on secretly.
Just Zeus.
Zeus was a bad dude.
He appeared to Perseus's mom, Danae, as a shimmering cloud of glitter. And I'm like, I would
golden
not.
light.
I would not fuck that.
How do you fuck glitter?
Well,
How do you fuck it?
I don't think it's like the Holy Spirit. It just gets on you and you're like, oh,
like glitter.
and
How when
you don't even know
it,
you've been fucked.
You can't get it off.
She still has glitter all up in her.
That's what Kesha's covered in. Zeus. Laurence Olivier, almost unrecognizable as Zeus, I think. I'm used to seeing him clean shaven, and like much slimmer profiled, but the way they have him dressed up, he just seems like a completely different man.
And I also didn't expect to see so many titties because, like I said, I saw this on Channel 19 all the time. So, of course, there's going to be edits. But, yeah, titties.
Yeah.
A nice one.
It was still a PG movie.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
This concept of Zeus is mad that the leader of this kingdom is a jerk and bad. And so he's going
to... No, he's mad because the father was going to kill his daughter and grandson because she was impregnated by Zeus.
Right.
Yeah, he was going to kill Perseus.
Right.
The baby.
And Zeus is like, I don't like this.
What's his son?
So he's going to murder the entire kingdom.
Yeah.
It's rough stuff, guys.
That's the way God's work.
It makes me want to go, like, I don't know a lot about...
That's why I said there's nobody to root for in this movie, really.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about mythology, and I don't know a lot about Greek history, so how you can, like, line up these stories. So, like, if a town was destroyed in a flood, that was the kingdom of Argos, and, that was Zeus doing that. I don't know how that all works, but it got my brain humming along thinking about that. But Perseus grows up to be Harry Hamlin, and just the most vacant expressions. I love Harry Hamlin. You kidding me? Who doesn't love Harry Hamlin?
He looks like he was just born.
Yeah. But he had like a 5 o'clock
as a man, like a full man, but he just came out that way, and he's still like learning the world.
Okay, maybe to defend his derp face a little bit.
Yeah.
Granted, he was just raised on the island away from everybody, so he never experienced anything. So of course he's going to be derpy because he's a derpy person because he was so sheltered. So
I think he was on an island with other people.
Yeah. And also, I don't think it was a character choice.
It's those big pouty lips,
I think he was doing the Joey Tribbiani.
Yeah.
He was doing Joey Tribbiani smell acting.
Yeah, smell the fire.
Well, they probably told him, they're like, you're here for one reason. Keep them seats damp.
Oh.
That is the only reason you're here.
I mean,
that's the only reason we hired you. Try to sound English. Here's your sword.
The panty dropping power of Harry Hamlin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something I've stopped even noticing in a movie when a woman is just a vapid, empty vessel that is just there to be a woman and to look good. I've stopped even noticing it because it happens so often. But when I see a dude in that kind of role, I'm like, come on, guys. You could have tried to flesh this character out because I am a member of the patriarchy.
The beauty of it is that they... Oops, my mic.
He's a himbo.
Went crazy. I was gonna say the simplicity of everything is one of the things I love about it is that nothing is fleshed out too terribly much.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because there's too many rites of passage for your hero to get through. There's no time. They're like, no, but now you gotta go across the river Styx.
Yeah, it was like a video game.
It goes with the vignette kind of vignette.
Yeah,
it goes with the sort of vignette-esque nature of the narrative.
Yeah, and it's so it builds. I think the monsters build to the most intense one being Medusa.
So cool! What a cool monster!
I felt bad for her.
It's a bummer of a story.
Yeah,
because in the movie, of course, they say that she was seduced by and had consensual sex with Poseidon, which made Athena mad. But of course, she was actually raped by Poseidon and then punished for it. She was like the first. One of the first victim blamings.
Yeah.
It's actually a very sad thing.
Yeah. What do you think she did all day?
Watch television.
Back then, like she's alone in her little temple.
Slinking around.
Well, she
probably
turned
slept.
Deuce
Well,
to
she's in the
stone.
land of the dead, Isle of the Dead. So what do the dead do all day?
But
dance.
like she can't talk to anybody because or have interaction with other creatures.
Well, she didn't speak anyway, did she?
she's been cursed. She's not happy. I don't think she'd be fun to talk to. I think she'd be a bit of a Karen.
Probably. I mean, I'd be pretty. You know what? There's no reason that she wouldn't be irritable that I can think of. Not a one.
I mean, after I was cursed after being raped, I would be pretty irritable to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not cool.
That sequence though, so great.
Great
yes,
sequence.
Yes.
I like how like she was crawling.
Yeah.
She didn't just slither around the whole time.
Super creepy.
Yeah.
One of the most terrifying heads, especially even after Perseus has decapitated her, which is my favorite shot in the movie, is him leaving through the pillars holding the Medusa head. That is just the most bad. You cannot, to me, you cannot, if you just look at that still picture, that frame from the movie, you can't top that. Like, that's as good as action movie shit gets.
Well, I think it matches that statue. I mean, there's a lot of statues, I guess, and paintings of that Perseus holding up Medusa's head. But I think there's a particular statue that is like mimicking.
Mm-hmm.
It's very effective.
It's like a Frank Franzetta drawing come to life.
I was gonna hold bags in front of Freddy now and turn them on, like
yeah.
Every time I come in with like food, like,
hold it up, hold it up
triumphantly.
Bag of hamburgers.
Don't
stare at it; it'll turn you.
Lead up to getting into the temple to kill the Medusa because they need her head so they can turn the Kraken into stone. He's telling his buds that's with him, Perseus. He's like, okay, you can't look at her. Your shield is a mirror. Hey guys, remember, don't look at her. Guys, before we go in here,
we went over this on the call.
Don't look at her. And this one,
all they do is look right at her.
And the dude, it's like his first thing that he does is like, "Hey, where is this bitch?"
Yeah.
And then he looks at her.
So everybody's kind of derpy. Is it contagious with him?
I don't know.
Everybody, you have to have the guy who's told not to look every time. You got to have it. He didn't even get to Medusa without going to the Oracle or the Three Sisters or the Stygian Witches, whatever they call them in this version.
Great scene.
So them fighting over the eye.
He's such an asshole, though.
Yeah. After he gets what he wants, he still takes the eye from them. But to be fair, they were.
He throws it on the ground.
Throws it out.
Yeah.
That is a move, and it's not a nice one.
Think about what they were going to do to him, though. Their intentions were not good.
They were going to eat him.
Yeah, they were.
That's true, but was he really in any danger? I mean, he didn't seem to have to do anything but take their eye and throw it.
Yeah.
Well, he's a derp, so of course he's going to be a jerk too.
I like that the eye just looks like an 80s super bounce ball. And the
clear one.
The cauldron is forever seared in my mind. I remembered exactly how the contents of that cauldron looked in my memory when we got to that scene. I'm like, there it is. There's the cauldron. It's very similar to the contents of the trash compactor that Leia and Luke and Han get trapped in Star Wars. It's that super light material kind of floating on top, but it still looks disgusting even though it's probably paper and stuff. Like there's those
they look
moments.
gross.
That when he delivers the hand of Calabas with the ring on it earlier in the film is another one of those moments that is seared in my memory.
That was a dumb riddle too, wasn't it?
What was the riddle again?
The answer was the ring he wore.
Who would know that? That's not an answer.
That was the purpose of it, Andy. It wasn't supposed to be solved. It was a curse. He was cursing. Everybody's mad because he's ugly.
You have to give people a chance, and an answer so specific that nobody can get.
Yeah,
that's how Bilbo Baggins won the ring from Gollum. Man, he fucking tricked him.
Yeah. Rings and riddles, they will plague you throughout all of folklore, my friend.
Like when I think of riddles, it's like from like a troll under the bridge. So something that you can answer.
Yeah,
you got to pay the troll toll.
Yeah.
I just felt it was unfair.
Speaking of, the river Styx and heading to the land of the dead. You can just go. He's like, all right, we got to go find Medusa. So let's get on down to the entrance of the river Styx and get on the boat. And I just love again, I don't know a lot about mythology. I don't even know that much about religion. I'm just saying I love the way that they world built.
Yeah.
The mythology of the Greeks. They built this world.
I'm not a scholar, But I mean, I'm a fan of Greek mythology. I think the river was. I think you had to go into the land of the dead. Right? No, I guess you did cross the river, and that took you to the land of the dead.
Yeah. Well, then also there was. Now, what was the difference between the land of the dead and the underworld? Were they the same?
I think they're the same.
Okay, because I remember Hades ruled the underworld, and that's the whole Persephone myth, right? Where she was kidnapped and taken down there, and then they bring her back for springtime or whatever.
See, the world building.
Yeah, I
love origin stories, as long as they're not Christianity, because I find that dull. But
that stuff's fun too, though. You just have to remember it's all make believe. Like it's just like everything else. Like it's
if you treat it like D&D, it is entertaining.
Yeah. Like I take my emotional baggage that Christianity gave me as being around it in an actual daily, like, hey, this is something people actually believe. All trauma, right? But I get rid of that, and I remember that there's fucking great stories in there, and I can love.
I do
love them.
Like the Christian God, he was as fickle as the Greek gods at times.
I know.
More so. I like. I like a lot of Old Testament Bible stories.
They're great.
The Ten Commandments is outrageous. Is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's long as shit.
I was just telling Amy that I was like, we got to watch Ten Commandments. Clash of the Titans made me think of it.
See, that's
absolutely one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I kind of still believe in Christianity, because it's scary. It's so scary.
It is very scary.
Like the story of Lot's wife is just seared in my mind.
Yeah, that is some fucked
They
up
told
shit.
her not to look, Andy.
He's like, it's like Medusa.
Yeah, she looked to prove that. Yeah, you are salt. Oh,
she's
you salty?
She's salty about it.
He told her not to look, man.
Yeah, he really did.
Because a woman, you can't trust a woman not to look, because like she's so nosy.
There's some freaky shit in the Bible. Freaky shit.
Whatever. I guess it's just it's dull to me because it's been so much a part of my life. But
they were sparing you the best stories.
Clash of the Titans. What's a Titan?
The Titans were, I think, the forebears of the gods.
They're just like giant beings.
Are they the original children of chaos?
Like, is it Kronos? Is like Zeus is born out of Kronos's split open head, I think. And he was a Titan. So the Titan, like the gods,
they predate
fought the Titan.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
But I don't know in this movie though if they're using Titan like,
because the Crack is a Titan, right?
I have you an exact answer.
The Crack is a Titan
if you want it.
Okay.
According to the blah blah blah, they were the 12 children of the primordial parents Uranus and Gaia, and 6 male Titans: Oceanus, Coeus, Creus, Hyperion, Iapetus, and Cronus, and 6 female Titans called the Titanides or Titanesses.
Why can't they just be Titans too?
Theoria, Venus,
that's my favorite lady Titan.
Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Thetis. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Let's talk about the Kraken.
I wonder which.
So technically not a Titan.
Technically not a Titan. But they call it a Titan.
Unless they called if Oceanus was just the Kraken. Maybe they called it the Kraken. Your butt Kraken?
Is that so? Poseidon keeps the Kraken like in a cell underwater.
In this movie.
In the stone. And you guys laugh every time. They showed Poseidon.
He's just floating in front of the
just
cage.
like standing there. It's just
he loves it.
It literally looked
He's so psyched about his monster.
He's just waiting in front of the
he
cage.
Can't wait to unleash him.
It looked like somebody literally put a sticker on my TV.
yeah.
And he's just standing in front of it.
But they would
where he's turning the crank.
Yeah.
It did look like a sticker.
And the shots of just his face.
Yeah.
And he's like watching everything. So they put like water over top of his image, so it looks like he's underwater. And then I think they just blew a fan at his head, so his hair would ripple.
He was definitely not underwater. Is what
God,
you're saying.
no.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
He kept opening his mouth and just going but not saying anything. There's grand music. It was just very silly. I loved it.
Yeah, it looked to me like he was just like, I cannot wait. Like somebody who just loves their big scary dog and is waiting
it gave
for
me
an opportunity.
It reminded me of the Rancor.
Yeah, the Rancor. It reminded me exactly the same for sure.
When I heard Kraken, though, I was expecting like
A squid.
Like
tentacly. Well, that's like the Norse stories are always like squids and stuff, and they call Kraken. Kraken is like a generic term, you know?
I don't even think that Kraken's really a Greek thing. I'm not sure. It is more of a Scandinavian thing.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat, Abe. Like when I think of a sea creature, I think of
not this Godzilla-looking thing.
It was
that
cool
came
looking,
out.
but
he had a 6-pack and everything.
It didn't look water-like. You know what I mean?
Now, see, that's what I did like about it. I like that it wasn't just a giant squid. It had a bunch of arms to kind of like give you that, like, we're going to give a nod to that.
A squid,
but we're going
to insinuation.
Very Dagon-esque sort of.
Yeah.
I actually I liked it. I thought it was a pretty cool aquatic monster.
No, I liked it. It was not what I expected.
She's not in love with it. She's not in love with it.
And he fucking turns that motherfucker to stone, and now he can fuck Andromeda, and that's really what it was all about.
There's an actress, a current actress, who is about the same age as Andromeda, who looks just like Andromeda, and I can't remember her name, but it was killing me the entire time we were watching this. So if anyone made that same connection, let me know.
Okay.
So who is this actress that's in Freddie's mind? Tell us.
Well, if you watch this, if you look at this actor, you're like, there's a contemporary actor this looks like. It might be Abigail Breslin.
I don't know.
Might be who I'm thinking of.
I can't really remember.
I don't know. She looked like somebody to me. We've glossed over Pegasus.
Oh yeah, I thought Pegasus looked really good too.
Yeah. And Bubo.
Yeah, Bubo.
Oh yeah, Bubo.
So adorable.
But I like Bubo. I know at the time this movie came out, I remember as a kid that like older kids and grown-ups hated Bubo, like kind of how
Bubo was the Ewoks of this movie.
Yes, it was the Ewok, and like I guess I was why Bubo was in there was kids my age.
I like Bubo too. Yeah. I never got why people hated on Bubo.
Yeah, I want my own Bubo.
Bubo was cool.
Bubo was cool. Like the little pratfall at the very end as he like falls down the mountain is like, okay, you didn't have to do that.
And he's a hero.
It's so cool.
He helped so much.
Yeah.
I wanted the toys so bad. The toys were so super cool.
I didn't even remember the toys.
Oh, they were so cool, and I never had any of them.
Well, this came out in 81, so I would have been 1 year old, so I don't remember the toys.
We would have been too young.
But
the Kraken.
You're forgetting the mileage that we used to get out of movies like this. This movie came out in 81 and was milked for 10 years until, like, this is before you had all these options.
It's not like they kept their toys and stores.
Oh, no, they weren't still selling the toys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I watched this, like I said, I watched it all the time. But I don't remember too much. For some reason, I watched everything as a kid except the Calaboss scenes. I guess I never turned on the TV.
You
at
never
the right
got
time.
to those spots. In it.
You hadn't seen the Calaboss scenes?
No, I vaguely remember him, but like I remember watching certain scenes a lot more than
it. Not you remember him not being as significant.
Yeah, but he was a huge part of this movie.
Right.
I'm looking at some pictures of the toys from 81. The Calaboss figure is really cool. It looks like
they're super cool.
They were Star Wars style.
Cool.
Is what
Did
it looks
he come with
like.
a whip? Because I wish I loved anything as much as Calaboss loved that whip.
He has a sword instead.
He whipped everything.
I know. There was was Charon? Is that his name? The one who the boatman on the river Styx. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Charon.
There's a figure for him too.
Who was our Medusa
What were you trying
figure?
to say, Kelley, for the last 5 minutes? But these boys won't shut up.
Oh no, just that one of the effects I wanted to point out was I thought the scorpions looked actually very close. The way they moved was really fluid, and I thought of all the creatures, they looked the most. I felt like they had the most realness.
Yeah,
it was. You watch the scenes where the actors are. What's the word I want? Are acting with these clearly miniature stop motion creatures, and it was funny you could see like I wonder how that went on set, because you're trying to get your movements in a way so then when they use the little 2-inch scorpion later to put into the scene, or maybe they do it the other way around.
They use like a tennis ball on a stick.
Even back then,
I would think they probably.
I think so.
Did the back first and then had the actor react to it. That would be easier, I would think.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Harryhausen would probably. There's documentaries out there about Ray Harryhausen where they get into like the nitty gritty of a lot of this stuff. It'd be worth watching.
See, isn't it fun how it seems so primitive, but we can't figure it out?
But we don't know how they did it.
Yeah. Well, that's like people talk about the pyramids. Yeah. We were watching something recently. Somebody said, "Why is this considered so great? I mean, that they could stack rocks."
Because they were big, heavy rocks.
Yeah, it was funny though.
Was that an accent?
The context was more supportive of this person's point than I'm making it.
Okay.
Oh, and the vulture was real cool too.
Yeah, the little birdcage. Yeah. That was a strange choice.
That was a cool scene.
It makes you wonder. It was so strange that maybe that came from like an old. I wonder if some of the we didn't do a lot of research. I didn't, at least. But I'm wondering more as I think about it, like if that was something that somebody saw in a hieroglyphic or a painting or something, because it was so specific and so strange. This
is it not part of the myth?
Vulture carrying this cage. I don't remember reading that in the myth.
I took a class in college, but that never came up.
The classics course.
Yeah, it was Greek mythology. It was one of my humanities credits.
Oh yeah.
I had to translate some of this stuff for Latin in high school. And it was really the best part of that class was because it was we did the Odyssey, and it was just like really fun because you're just decoding the story and it's all full of these great things.
And the scene with the statue and Maggie Smith's face is just projected on it.
Yeah.
It was just, I like how that stuff is still used to this day.
Grim grinning ghosts.
Yeah, it's like
they're doing it in the Haunted Mansion right now.
Yeah.
So like this technology seems primitive, but it's still very effective.
That was a super effective scene too. Like Maggie Smith's so great in this.
She was like, "You will not fuck with my kid. You fuck with my kid? Oh, you're gonna fuck around and find out."
She's got the most. She has got a look. Only one woman in my real life I've ever seen it from is my Aunt Wanda. It's that look that can look right through you, and like. No, you're like, I can't give you one tiny ounce of bullshit because of that look, and you see right through everything. Maggie Smith has that,
like a withering glare.
It's like a withering glare, but it's so intense, and I don't. There's something about every role she's in, like it works for that. But in this, like when she's looking at her literal, her clergy and her followers, the people that worship her, and to see that look made her a really terrifying god, especially once the head broke off. Yeah, it like really intensified that scene for me.
I didn't know that she was a young person ever.
I know, I didn't either.
I thought she just came out the womb old.
Yeah, her and Abe Vigoda.
Yeah, 1981. She was young.
Yeah, she's probably our age back then.
So was I.
Close to it.
She was one as well?
No, I mean like...
Oh, our current age.
No, we're guessing. I don't know. Burgess Meredith was great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was real good.
He plays... he's the mentor character in Rocky and this. And and you're just like... That's two pretty powerful things to put in a kid's head. So Burgess
and
Meredith,
the Penguin.
And the Penguin, yeah. Well, I mean, specifically seeing him as this mentor character... and like kind of like because of those two roles, like Burgess Meredith is specifically in my mind, that's who he was as a person. I had known nothing about him, but like whenever I think of him, I think of a wise man who would tell me the right answer to anything, you know?
I do.
I love that shit. I love those kinds of performers.
Anything else?
Oh no.
I think we had a great time.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And I do care that you love it.
That's right. That's right.
All right, cool. I got to pick a winner. So I got to do that and get our next movie for NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, at the end of the show, we say hi to our Beelzebubs. Patreon.com/NOTLP. I will read that list right now. Alise.
See you in a minute.
Alyssa, Branan and Emily, Jeffel, Dustin, Iona Goodwin. They're supposed to be saying Iona Great One.
I actually did that. Somebody said something, either Alise said Ione Sky or the thing we were watching said Ione Sky, and I went Iona Great One. Which I know is not the same as Iona, but it was just like, it was
No, I get it.
close enough for government work.
Ione good one.
Dr. Brian, Bill Chandler, Bill Farner. So many Bills. Frosted Blakes.
We got bills to pay the skills.
Oh, New Foods at Build America's out. It's about breakfast. You
Yeah?
me. Yeah, it's about Pop-Tarts.
Yay!
Yeah,
Woo! Seriously, I'm psyched.
It's
I love
about
that
toaster shit, man. It's about toaster breakfast.
Ooh, are they going to address the toaster strudel?
Well, it doesn't go that
rivalry.
This is back OG. This is way before toaster strudel.
I can't wait to tell Alise, but toaster strudels, first of all, will kill a Pop-Tart any day of the week.
True enough.
Bring a toaster strudel to a Pop-Tart fight. You're going to win.
That's right. Anyway.
Don't forget the little icing bag.
Oh.
You got to have the icing, though. I mean, you don't have to, but it makes
You
it.
should.
The ones with bacon and egg in them are good, too.
Yeah, you also
They were.
had to remember to let it cool down because it's like a pizza roll.
Oh, yeah.
It's like napalm.
Yeah.
The same with bagelfuls.
Yeah.
You'll hear about Pebbles on this episode.
Oh, my Lord. All right.
Just do an unofficial podcast.
Did they talk about how Captain Crunch went through tests to see how to get the right consistency where it won't tear up your mouth?
No, I haven't. If they have, I haven't seen that one.
I bet like a lot of kids mouths were just shredded.
Bleeding.
Well, they did with Doritos.
Blayne yogurt. To get us back on track.
Breakfast food.
Yeah, another breakfast. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Jordache jeans. You can wear them when you're eating breakfast.
So tight.
No, you can't. Who says so?
I like to just paint my Jordache jeans on and go out dancing.
We got Paul, Jeremy, Cassie, and Gamora, Ernie, Dave Siebert, and Monica. We did it.
We did it, guys.
And that's our show.
Ta-da. What is your favorite breakfast cereal, listener?
Current or classic, like discontinued breakfast cereals.
Yeah, we only want discontinued.
Next time.
All right, bye.
All right. Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed when his old buddy Leatherface put on Dawn of the Dead. And Igor made the nachos in a severed human head, and they enjoy the movie with their friends. David Kessler walks the streets of London on four legs, while high above him Ellen Ripley finds some funny eggs. And Freddie laughs at Nancy in her nightmares as she begs to have